It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and the spotlight falls on Bryce Hall.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Brooklyn Barons and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And CD, you look at our featured team here. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, but not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So the Steelers offense gets set for their first drive. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Baker going to throw this right away. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A second down throw for Mayfield. And he wisely will throw that one away. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. Finding space at the 40. Down the sideline he goes. Odell Beckham. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The electric OBJ, the short reception, and then he did the rest of the work himself.
You know, there's a thing that the players always talk about, the coaches in the league, they call it play speed. Because, you know, we have that time speed when we're running the 40s at the combine and, you know, at pro days and all of that. But play speed is different. And OBJ's play speed is some of the best in the league. In other words, when he has the ball in his hands or he's running a route, he runs it just a little bit harder than most people, and oftentimes you come up wrong on your angles trying to tackle him.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. From the 6. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Now Hall to start the drive. But taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago, well into the triple digits, and they'll take that every time out.
What I loved was just how decisive he was running the football. Coaches like guys that go north and south. They don't like the east-west guys, the juking and the jiving. 1 foot in the ground and cut.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything, as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Hall on a give up the middle. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. Right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Wilson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Barons respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There's so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. From the 30 on 2nd down, Mayfield, 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down. And you can bet they're going to lean on him quite a bit, obviously. They did last week. It was over 100 yards also. AFC Player of the Week is announced Wednesday.
And until they take that away, I would continue to lean on him. Try and have another award for him, one in this game. But when you look back at last week, and you saw how he was able to find holes in the defense, but it's also the run after the catch. That's what made it impressive.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield. That's swung out wide to Harris. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Throwing, Mayfield. It's caught, Beckham. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quinnen Williams. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mayfield to throw it. He gets it complete to Harris. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and very long. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series. And a week ago, as you get a look at the numbers, well over 100 yards, he was on fire.
He was on fire. Obviously, the offensive line was on fire, all the guys who were trying to assist him. But you know who else was? The play caller. Because his ego totally got out of the way, and he kept calling the plays that were working over and over, and they really didn't stop it.
Now the challenge, can they duplicate it? He finds Corey Davis. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. That's his first catch of the game and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 40. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Again, Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Hall. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Hall again on 2nd down. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Garrett Wilson with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Barons have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And Garrett Wilson capped things off with a touchdown grab. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And the Steelers set to take the field. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Mayfield again. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. He's got a man, complete. A gain of 37.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Mayfield now. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. So no gain on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
4th down, and Baker Mayfield gives way to his teammate in Oklahoma, kicker Austin Seibert. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now. It's Brooklyn in possession. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Hall. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Gonna look deep for Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's Wilson to throw. Eluding. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And now that brings up down there. A loss of 6 yards on the side. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Harris running straight ahead. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Throw left side going to be taken in by Harris. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, You assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Mayfield with it once more. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Breece Hall helped leading out this offense for another series.
We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right, it felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They hand this off to Harris. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 10 yards out. And the Steelers have retaken the lead. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
Well, that was big right there, because they're the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield looking for Hopkins, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Seibert's kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Buying time to his left. Finding room at midfield. Finding room at midfield. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. On first down, Wilson. It's caught by Davis. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, quick slant, caught by Moore. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wilson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. The line of scrimmage runs again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We're seeing so far the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw it through
And it's caught. Touchdown. Elijah Moore as the first half is winding down. And the Barons are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they can potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was finished off by Elijah Moore on the touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll get started over at the Caesar Superdome in New Orleans. And it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. DK Metcalf, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. Matthew Stafford's thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast to check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 2-2 Atwell, a touchdown reception. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Takes it at the 7. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Quinnen Williams able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, and they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. To throw, Mayfield. That's going to be caught along the sideline. And what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Right side, Claypool's got it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Second and 5 now. Mayfield. And it's caught. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. So they brought the extra point in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This offense returning out there, and really you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Wilson. Caught right side, Davis. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. They'll go again with Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Back near his goal line. Here's Mayfield. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Mayfield to throw it. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed, and they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Here's Wilson. He rifles complete. Caught by Moore. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here's Wilson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Zach Wilson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Barons take the first turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is down to 2. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Zach Wilson who took it in himself on the touchdown run to cap it off. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Getting set to go again, DeAndre Hopkins marches back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Mayfield. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. This is Harris on the draw. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Mayfield now from the 50. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give him now 1,062 catches in his career. I'm looking at the list here. That ties him with Andre Johnson.
And I wonder if he ever wrote Andre Johnson's name down and that number and said, that's where I'm trying to go. That's what I'm trying to get to. If so, congratulate yourself. You are there. That means you rank amongst the best that have ever done it.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
Mayfield's throw complete to Freiermuth. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on, catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Third quarter of a 2-point game, a good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And that's now a half-dozen interceptions for him over the last 2 games. Cassini, remember, he threw 3 in the last ball game and now 3 more here.
And the way that you present it, partner, I'm not sure what sounds worse, right? Half a dozen over the last 2 games or 3 the last game, 3 this game. Either way, it's way too many. And that's something they'll have to work on, hoping to get through the rest of this game without having to address it again.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. John Franklin Myers. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Mayfield now. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Quinnen Williams getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This has to count as a great team effort today. But this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game. Even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Fourth down, and Baker Mayfield gives way to his teammate in Oklahoma, kicker Austin Seibert. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Seibert able to knock this one through, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. They'll give to Hall, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Hall again on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Handoff, running left. Here's Hall.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down.
And check down, complete to Hall. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17, here's 2nd and 7.
Now Wilson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so that 3rd down coming up.
Well, Brandon, we could see that. He was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone, get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
Mayfield on 1st down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. He gets it complete to Harris. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing is Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
A
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From midfield now, here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Here's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. First down, Mayfield. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield, completion here to Claypool.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Still 2nd down.
Now Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. But not in this case. They dropped the flag for the pass interference.
On the give, this is Harris. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Mayfield. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw.
It's brought in by Harris. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And this brings up a 3rd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
Seibert's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The situation for them offensively as follows. Down on the scoreboard, a little under 2.5 to go. But their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Short throw to Disley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
Wilson's throw going to be caught by Davis. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Throwing now is Wilson.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run again with Harris. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, here's Harris.
On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they take a knee.
2nd and 11.
Here's Harris. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Down to one knee goes Mayfield, and that's all she wrote.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Pittsburgh, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.